Hello and welcome to Across Louisiana. My name is Steve Sawyer, your host for the show, and greatly appreciate you being a part of the show today. We've got a really good show lined up. Dr. Anna K. Logarbo, she is with United Healthcare. She'll be our first guest on the show this morning. Chip Patterson, Chip is the executive director for the First Tee of New Orleans. He's got some great information he's going to share about his upcoming classes. Olivia Pritchard. Olivia is with the Pablove Foundation, and she's got some information she's going to be sharing about the foundation. Very happy to have Cyndi Nguyen. Cyndi is with VIET, and she's going to be explaining what VIET is and how you can be a part of that organization. And then our good friend Jack Sloan. Jack is with the American Cancer Society of Greater New Orleans, and he's going to be talking about the upcoming celebrity waiter that we're looking for some celebrity volunteers. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Again, thank you so much for being a part of the show. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. Again, thank you for taking your time to be with us this morning. We've got a great show lined up and very happy to have in the studio to start us off Dr. Ann K. Logarbo. She is the Chief Medical Officer for United Healthcare. Thank you so much, Ann, for taking time to be on the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
The first time we've had anybody on the show from United Healthcare. So with that, if you would, tell us a little bit about the organization, kind of the mission of your organization, and some of the core programs.
Well, and I am the Chief Medical Officer of the Community Plan of United Healthcare, which is the Medicaid division.
Okay.
And many people know United Healthcare for its service offering employee and individual insurance across the country. We also offer Medicaid managed care plans in about 24, 25 other states. And 2.5 years ago, we were awarded a contract to provide Medicaid managed care as one of the 5 chosen plans in Louisiana.
Wow,
so our vision with United Healthcare Community Plan is to make sure that this population, which tends to be some of the most vulnerable members of our population, get the right care at the right time, and that they get the right level of care in order to improve healthy outcomes for the entire state.
Well, we were talking before we went on the air, we were talking about teen pregnancy, and if you don't mind talking about this again,
Absolutely.
Some of the numbers you were sharing with me, well, I hate to use the word frightening, but they were.
But they're disappointing.
They are disappointing. Talk
Right.
a little bit about
Sure.
healthy teen pregnancy and United Healthcare's role in that.
So what we know is that with the March of Dimes birth outcomes report card, the last one that Louisiana received, we of course had an F. And that means that our birth outcomes need to be a lot better. Our healthy birth outcomes need to be a lot better.
And a birth outcome is?
Meaning the actual outcome of a birth and whether that infant was healthy or had to go to the NICU, whether the mother had a healthy outcome from her pregnancy. And we're not doing very well. We need to do a lot better. Overall, Louisiana had about a 15% premature birth rate. Now, compare that to the rest of the nation, which is about 11.5%. So we are delivering babies early. We have a high incidence of young mothers delivering early. And of course, nothing ever good comes from a teenage pregnancy delivery because they're by category high risk.
Yeah.
And so those moms are high risk. Those newborns are high risk, and we really have to be careful with those young moms and those early births, because then we have newborns that are in the hospital for long periods of time with lots of complications.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to address the prematurity rate by hopefully addressing some of the young parenthood, bringing education to them, helping these young mothers to understand that we need to be engaged in your pregnancy from the beginning so we can help you manage your pregnancy, so we can make sure you get to do your doctor visits, so we can make sure you're avoiding those things that can contribute to a poor outcome.
And that's a great service. And your website is, we're going to put that on the screen, but it's ubcommunityplan.com. All the information can be found on the website regarding the information you're sharing right now as far as healthy pregnancy and,
yes, and if we have
tips and hints, but
and if we have a member that's actually pregnant, one of our members actually become pregnant, we immediately get them engaged into our healthy pregnancy portion of United Healthcare, which is called Healthy Steps. And they actually reach out and they try to engage these members initially and get them the kind of care that they need.
Okay. Doctor, thank you so much for being on the show.
Absolutely.
We'd love to have you come back with more information and share about this. Also, this is Louisiana. It's not just Metro New Orleans. You're
Sure.
Louisiana's 25 other states across the country as well. So,
I'd be delighted.
Again, we'd love to have you come back. Thank you so much for being here. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. Very happy to have a good friend of ours, Chip Patterson. Chip is the executive director for the First Tee of New Orleans. Chip, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
I've got to ask, this weekend, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this weekend I was watching on the Golf Channel. It was a tournament at Pebble Beach. Was there a kid from New Orleans out there?
Absolutely. Angelica Harris, participant of ours, has been with us since the chapter started back in 2004. Was out at the Pebble Beach Nature Valley First Tee Open and got to play basically an entire week with it's a Champions Tour event this week with Nick Price.
Unbelievable. I was watching the Golf Channel after something with the Ryder Cup, and I was watching, and I saw the thing with Pebble Beach, and I could have swore I heard him mention New Orleans. She's a beautiful, beautiful young lady. I know exactly who that is.
She's the shining star of exactly what the First Tee hopes to aspire with all the kids that we work with.
Wow. 2 handicap.
Yep, she's great.
Well, could you say you are her coach or?
I had nothing to do with Angelica's success. It's
right.
entirely her work ethic. Some of the coaches that we've had in the program have worked with her for, like I said, 9 years.
Yeah.
And I hope they've done a little bit on kind of the character education side. But she's just a hardworking kid, great classroom student, just everything we hope
Chip,
for.
I tell you, you've been at First Tee now for about 10 months. I hear great things about what you're doing. Congratulations on that. Talk a little bit about your fall after school session that's getting ready to take place.
Yeah, so we've got our fall session. It's our final session of the year. We've still got spots available if parents are interested in registering their kids. We basically work with 7 to 18-year-olds. We've got 3 golf course locations right now. We're at City Park, we're at Joseph Bartholomew Golf Course, at Pontchartrain Park, and we're at the TPC course in West Wego. So we do programs on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and all-day programming on Saturday. And like I said, it's $50 for a 9-week session, so we'll go up to basically the week of Thanksgiving. And like I said, class spots are still open, so we would love to have additional kids come out and join us.
Now, let's just kind of set the record straight here. Is this for kids that are just starting, or is it for advanced kids, or both?
Yeah, so we do a little bit of both. We've got different classes for the different age level, skill level groups.
If I'm really not really
If you've never
golf,
touched a golf club before, you can come out and join us.
Don't be afraid.
Right. We've got player and par level classes, which are kind of the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old classes, where if you've never touched a golf club, you're welcome to come out and join us. Yeah. And then we've got our birdie and eagle level classes for the older kids that are typically, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And they've got a little bit more skill. They've typically done some golf programs, but we still have beginners start with us when they're 14, 15, 16 that have never played before, but they can come out there and learn just like anybody else. So we basically work with everyone.
If I'm wanting to get into the game of golf, learn about the game of golf for $50, I mean, a 9-week program to just start me on the right track, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. And in addition to the $50 for the 9-week session, we also offer scholarships. So if a student is a federal free and reduced lunch student, they don't have to pay anything to go through our programs. So that's one of our goals, is really to eliminate the economic barriers of the game of golf.
Right.
So one, they don't have to pay if they're a scholarship student. We provide all their equipment to come out and play with us.
Wow.
And then we provide course access. So, once they become a certified First Tee participant, TPC course lets the kids play rounds of golf for free out there. So
now you start this September 22nd. Where will the first site be? I mean, your website, let me just do this. Your website is thefirstteenola.org.
Correct.
All the information about signing up is on the website that I need to go to, because I know we're running out of time. So that would tell me where I need to show up and all that.
Yep, just click on the register link on our front page and it shows you the different golf courses and days of the week. That's all there is to it.
Please continue to come back. Keep us updated on First Tee. I love the job you're doing out there. Congratulations again. You're just doing a great job. So
thanks.
Keep up the good work.
Will do. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. Very happy to have Olivia Pritchard with us. She is with the Pablove Foundation. Thank you so much for being here today. Greatly
My
appreciate
pleasure.
That.
Thanks
Tell
for
us a
having
little
me.
bit about the Pablove Foundation, because I don't believe we've had anybody on the show from the foundation before. So a little bit about your mission, some of your core programs and things like that.
Okay, so our mission is threefold. We seek to fund underfunded, cutting-edge research into pediatric cancer. We provide seed grants to researchers with out-of-the-box ideas at institutions all over the country. We work to inspire families living with cancer by connecting them with worldwide experts in different fields like leukemia, brain tumors, survivorship, etc., in our annual childhood cancer symposiums held in Los Angeles. And then we have a signature arts program which works to improve the lives of children living with cancer by helping them develop their creative voice through the art of photography.
Wow, that is awesome. And you've got, your website is pablove.org.
Correct.
All the information on the organization can be found on the website.
On that website.
And I mean, if you're a family looking for assistance with what you're talking about, it can be found on the website.
Correct. You can actually watch the videos of those presentations from the symposium online. You can also find out more information about signing up for our Shutterbugs course, which we hold twice a year here in New Orleans. So all that's online.
Let's talk about some of the show. You've got a lot of events coming up. So let's take a few minutes and talk about some of the events you've got coming up.
Okay. Well, we're just wrapping up our second course of Pablove Shutterbugs here in New Orleans, which I'm super excited about. We work with the different hospitals in town to serve a maximum of 15 students for each class that we've had, one in the spring and then this one that we're wrapping up for the fall. We have a gallery show coming up on October 23rd. We're going to showcase the work of our students from both classes.
Oh, wow, that's great.
And yeah, it's super fun. It's going to be at the Dumois Gallery on October 23rd, and if you can't make it on the 23rd, it's going to be up through December as part of Photo NOLA. So we're really excited about that. There's also going to be a silent auction the night of October 23rd. So we'll have fine art, professional photography, dining experiences around New Orleans up for auction. So it's going to be a fun night.
That is a fun night.
Yeah. And then we're continuing the celebration for October 24th when we have our 5th annual Pablove New Orleans golf tournament. So that's going to be at Lakewood Golf Club. It's presented by W&T Offshore. And it's a sellout year after year. So that's also going to be a really good time.
Olivia, all the information on all the events you just named can be found on the website,
yes,
right? Okay.
Yes.
Now, and you mentioned 15 at one of the top the Shutterbug thing. You said you work with 15. How do you select the 15? Is that something I can go online and apply for?
Yes, there's an online application. So if you know a child or teenager living with cancer, we have kids who are currently in treatment as well as in remission. So they're welcome to apply. And we go through and occasionally we have students return, so that's really nice. We had one student who was actually really sick for the spring course, so she had all of her classes bedside in the hospital.
Oh, wow.
But she's feeling better, and so she came back for this fall course, and I get to see her every week in class alongside her peers, and she's getting the whole experience this time around.
That is great. That is awesome. Thank you so much for sharing this with us.
You're so welcome.
Please come back and talk more about the program. Such a great program you guys are doing. Please come back.
I would love
and
to.
talk more about the programs and some of the successes you're having and so forth.
My pleasure. I'd love to.
Thank you so much. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. Again, want to thank you for taking time to be with us this morning. Great guest, Cyndi Nguyen from VIET. First time guest on the show. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate that.
No, thank you for having me.
Well, VIET, you knew I'm going to ask. VIET, what does it stand for?
So it stands for Vietnamese Initiatives in Economic Training.
Okay.
So VIET is actually a local nonprofit organization that I'm very fortunate to help co-found along with Tina Owen Nguyen. And VIET was created to help mainstream non-English speaking communities into the American society. And we focus on educational and economic training program. And we believe that despite the language and the cultural barrier, people should still have access to services.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And are you based out of New Orleans?
So we're, as I was sharing with you, we're in Timbuktu. So
I know.
So we're actually located in the Michoud community where there's a wealth of diverse community members living out there, as I say, diverse in Vietnamese American, African American, and Latinos.
But you serve the entire metro New Orleans area.
Yeah,
right?
we used to. It's easier for people to assume that we only service Vietnamese, right, because our name is VIET. But I was born and raised to service everybody, and when I came home 14 years ago, this is the opportunity for me to serve and do. So we do serve every ethnicity in the community.
And you've been there for 14 years, so
Yeah,
you're
you
doing
don't have to say that
well,
out loud.
I say that because you're not just an overnight organization.
No.
You've been there for 14 years. Your website is vietno.org. All the information, if I'm looking for assistance, that can be found
Correct.
on the website and everything?
From after school to summer program, for senior program to tax, earned income tax credit program during tax season. I mean, it's all there. Business technical assistant,
Okay.
Food stamp application assistant, it's all there.
All right, and you got some great programs coming up.
Yeah, so we have really exciting the Senior Olympic that is coming up on October the 26th. We invest a lot into our senior population. That's one of the reasons why I came home 14 years ago, and I definitely want to invest into the seniors. So they basically come out and compete among like speed walking.
Speed walking, I like that.
Speed walking,
I can do that.
ping pong, relay, but it's truly about providing companionship to each other.
Yeah.
And so that's on the 26th, and another event that we have coming up is Boo and Miss You. So Boo and Miss You is really 4 years ago. I have a 10-year-old daughter. Shauna was about 6 years old, and in my community, you could never trick or treat safe because it's not a safe community, and it's where people would not open the door. And so I used to take my kids to Lakeside, and Shauna, who didn't have any teeth in the front, frowned it because she didn't get enough candy in her bag.
Right.
Because all the stores ran out of candy.
Yeah.
And I promised her that when we get a space, we're going to have a community trick-or-treating, and been very blessed to have a lot of good partners that has allowed us to keep that tradition in our community. So we're celebrating our 4th year Boo and Miss You. But this year is going to be on October the 30th, which is a Thursday. Halloween is on a Friday, I realize it, but we have an after-school program there, so we want to make sure that kids has an opportunity to come
And
out.
anybody can come to Boo?
Anybody could come to Boo and Miss You. Last year we had over 400 trick-or-treaters.
Holy cow.
Oh yeah, and I love that. I mean, that's really about healthy community, about livable community.
And so they actually are trick-or-treating in the community.
They're
It's not like a mall or a store or anything
No,
like
they're actually trick-or-treating on my property. So we sit on 8 acres of land, and what I do is I invite vendors to come.
Gotcha.
So this year is Trick-or-Trunk.
Trick-or-trunk.
So our vendor is actually going to pass out candy from their car trunk.
Oh my gosh, that's
So we try to
great.
change the theme around so that way kids can really be kid and enjoy their time.
Safe environment and
Definitely.
things to
Saving
do
by-
for adults if they bring their kids out.
Oh
as
yeah,
well?
they could wash their own kids.
All right, well, that's always fun.
Right.
Cyndi, thank you so much for being on the show.
No
Good luck
problem.
with Boo at Miss You. Appreciate all the information you shared with us.
Thank you for having me.
Very welcome. Stay with us. We have one more guest. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana again. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. Always like to save the best for last, and our last guest is Mr. Jack Sloan. Jack is the board president for the American Cancer Society of Greater New Orleans. Jack, thank you so much. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. Appreciate you coming by. I got to ask, I see you're wearing a medal. Is that, what is that?
This is our American Cancer Spirit Award, and it's given to people that have devoted lots of time and energy over the years to American cancer. I'm lucky enough to
Well,
have
congratulations.
one, and we give some out at my Celebrity Waiter event that I know we're going to talk about today.
Oh, yeah, and yes, we are. Let's talk about some of the successes that you guys are having so far, because I know you've got a few out there.
Right. Well, obviously, American Cancer has been around for 100 years. We had our 100th birthday recently, and we've been behind every major cancer breakthrough since. So, yeah, we've had a lot of successes over the years. Most recently, we have the Hope Lodge on Jefferson Highway.
Right.
And we have over 30 rooms where people can stay for free as long as they're going through cancer treatment. Matter of fact, Steve, we even pick them up, bring them to their treatments and back.
Wow.
No charge. And thank you to the Breeze Foundation. We just renovated it, and Mrs. Breeze got actually involved personally, chose the fabrics and the furniture,
Wow,
et
that's
cetera.
awesome.
So it's a beautiful place, and it's a great resource for people who need it.
And that's totally free of charge?
Totally free of charge.
I hate to ask, but I mean, is there a waiting list for? I mean, how would you know?
It stays pretty
Stays
busy.
pretty full?
Yes.
Well, your website is cancer.org.
Right.
So if I want to get more information on the Hope Lodge and other things, I can go to the website and find all the information about that.
You go to cancer.org and just say find your local ACS, put in your zip code, and it'll give you the New Orleans, and you'll see what's going on.
Okay, great. You've got in November your Celebrity Waiter. Is this a first-time event or?
No, it's our 9th year. Matter of fact, over the last 8 years, we've probably grossed maybe $200,000 to fight cancer, so we're real proud of that. They asked me to start it 9 years ago, so we're on our 9th year. And we're doing something a little different this year. We're having on Saturday night, November 15th at 6 p.m. out at the Crown Plaza in Kenner. It's usually a lunchtime Sunday event.
Ah, what made the change? Just wanting to try something a little different, or?
Yeah, we're always looking to improve, and we thought maybe a weekend night would work.
So if somebody wanted to be a Celebrity Waiter on this, they could find that information on the website. And
But I would urge them also to call 833-4024 here in New Orleans, and we can find out what they're interested in and hook them up.
And all the money goes toward American Cancer Society of Greater New Orleans, right?
Right. We're funding, for example, Tulane right now locally of $1.5 million for research, et cetera. So
Wow, that's
a lot of the money will come right here.
Jack, congratulations. Congratulations on the Spirit Award. Well deserved. I might point that out. And again, the Celebrity Waiter is November 15th. If you'd like to get involved in that, go to American Cancer Society. Their website is cancer.org, and you can get all the information. We'd love to have a lot of Celebrity Waiters come out and be a part of that. Jack, please continue to come back and share information with us. You've been watching Across Louisiana, and we appreciate it. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.